Welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together. Hello crafter, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome back if you're a subscriber. Today we are going to make card number 4 using the Love from Lizi March 2023 card kit. It's called Spring Friends and it is so pretty. I've been making some baby cards because that's what I need in my stash, but you could use this card style in any card make that you want. So this card is going to be an American A2 size card. So for that we'll need a piece of cardstock measuring 8.5 by 4.25, and I'm using some grey card that came in the kit. On this piece we want to do a score line. We're scoring it down the middle, so I'm going to score it at 4.25, and that'll give us our card base. Onto this card, I'm going to be adding some mats and layers. First of all, I have 2 pieces of white cardstock. They measure 4 by 5.25. One of them is plain. It's going to sit on here like so. This one is going to go inside and I'm going to stamp a sentiment on here. You can see I have some peel-offs on this piece as well as this piece, and I'll get to this in a minute. I'm using some peel-offs from my stash. These are the pinstripe peel-offs in a beautiful blue colour, and Lizi has an absolute plethora of peel-offs on the website, so I really do encourage you to have a look and see if you like any. And remember, if you add any products to your basket and purchase them, you can have them delivered with your subscription if you're a subscriber to the kits, and it costs nothing extra. So this one is for inside. I've added one of the stickers. We got some sticker sheets in our kit, and I've added, these are the sticker sheets that we've got, and I've added this little one. I figured it would go well because I have a little bow tie here and I have a little bow tie on my hedgehog here. So that's for the inside. This is our pattern piece of paper. This piece measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Again, I've put some of my peel-offs on this, and that's going to mat on here like so, and that'll sit in the front. Now, I've taken one of the ephemera pieces. I got the ephemera pack as an add-on. There are, like I said, stickers here. And if you want to make your own ephemera, what I'd recommend you do is take the little images that are here. You can stick this then onto some 300 GSM cardstock or something heavyweight, you know, 220, 260, whatever you have in your stash. Put your sticker on it and then fussy cut around it, and that'll give you your own ephemera. Or if not, purchase the ephemera and pop it into your card kit before it's shipped. I love using ephemera. It's not that I don't enjoy colouring in, because there are some images that came on the stamp set. We have 2 lovely hedgehogs here, and I don't mind colouring in. I'm not very patient, and I'd rather use ephemera if I can. So my ephemera piece is going to sit on the front of our card. Now I've got these little I suppose they're like blocks, you know, kids blocks that they play with, and I have a die that cuts these out, and I've used that. It's in my stash. But you could just take a piece of blue cardstock measuring 1.25 by 1.25 and a piece of white cardstock measuring 1 by 1, and you can layer the 2 of them up there, and it'll give you more or less the same thing as what I have here. So I have alternated my colors in white and in blue. And then I've die cut out the letters B, A, B, Y. Now I have used dies from my stash. They're Love from Lizi dies. They're an alphabet. They're the mini alphabet steel dies. And these are available on the website. I will put a link and links to all the products I use down in the description, as well as links to my previous cards, to our Facebook groups, the Love from Lizi one, as well as my one. So do click on the more button in the description and expand that, and you'll see lots of links, etc. down there. So they're what I've used to make my baby word. I have die cut each letter out twice, so there's a little bit of dimension. So what I want to do is I'm going to put these onto our front of our card like so. And then I'm going to pop my little ephemera piece over the top, and I have some foam tape on this, and then we'll have our baby card. I'll embellish it then using some products that came as well in the kit. I'm going to do some stamping on this panel, and I'm going to use my VersaFine Deep Lagoon ink. Lizzie has got some VersaCraft inks. I think she's got nearly 50 of the mini ink cubes, and they're brilliant. I'm building up my stash. So I'd recommend, if you're looking for some VersaFine inks, the cubes, I leave links to them below as well. But I have this Deep Lagoon colour, so I'm going to go with that. So that's all the products and pieces we need to make our card. Let's go ahead now and assemble it. So to add my mat and layer onto my card base, I'm going to be using my Collal glue, and I decant my large bottle into these smaller ones. It just makes it easier for use. And I'm going to use that. I suppose I bang on about this glue when I'm using it. This Collal glue is a construction glue. It's not a water-based glue, it's a solvent-based glue. And because of that, it doesn't warp your cardstock. I have a tiny little sequin there, I'll move it over. And the thing about it not being a water-based glue is, especially if you're using pattern paper, that's very light pattern paper, that tends to warp when you use a water-based glue. Also with the Collal glue, when it dries, it goes really stiff and solid, so it'll give great strength to your piece, whether it's just a card that you're putting together, or whether it's a kinetic card or scrapbooking. It just dries really firm, so when you come back to your card the next day, if you give it a little flick, and I'll show you what I mean now in a minute, you'll find that it's, you know, it's really strong. So if you take your card and do that, you'll find that it has real strength to it. So really good. Also, if you have a little bit leaks out, it just rubs off like an eraser would. It gives you little bits like an eraser. It doesn't leave any marks if it oozes out, and there's no tacky residue. So that's one reason I love this glue as well. Okay, so that's that on there. Now I want to add on my little squares. So I want to make sure I get this right. So it's B, and then the A, and then the B, and then the Y, because I don't want to go putting this one here, and well, I could actually, because the B's doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the orientation I want them in. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back of this, and I'll stick that down. And I want to make sure when I stick this down that they're central. In other words, that, you know, where it, I want them to have the same border between the middle as the top and the sides. So if I put one down there, I can put the other beside it, and I can see that gives us more or less the same border. So I'm happy with that. I can now stick the other three down. It's just the little things like that, really, when you're making a card. Some people will notice, but most don't. So it doesn't really matter. But I suppose it's just me. I have a little bit of edging where the die cut the cardstock, and I'm using the little cardstock here. So I have a little bit of glue there, and you can see now that just wipes away. So next we'll put this one down. And this is quite a simple card, but I think it is so cute. when you just need a little card for someone. And then we'll add our last square on here. Now, I've just got a few little bits there, so I'm going to brush them off. Great, now I can stick down my letters, and to do that I'm not going to use the Collal glue. I'm going to use my quick grab glue, and the one I prefer is my Cosmic Shimmer. I love this one. Again, it doesn't leave any tacky residue if it oozes out, and you can just wipe it away, so really handy glue. Now for my tweezers, there they are. So I'm going to speed up adding these down into the center of our blocks. Now we can take our ephemera piece, and I'm going to take the backing off of this one. Lovely, I'm delighted with that. Now I'm going to embellish this, but first I want to do the inside panel. So I'm going to do that next. So I have my stamp in my positioner ready to be inked using my VersaFine ink, and this is a stamp from my stash. Because I'm making baby cards more so than anything else, I think the sentiments that go in the stamp set are better for other, cards. So hence the reason I'm using a stamp from my stash. So now I have my sentiment stamped down, and I'm happy with that. I can add this into the inside of our card now, and then embellish the front of it. So again, I'm going to use my Collal glue to add this to the inside of the card. So for the outside of this card, I'm going to embellish it using some sequins, and I'm also going to use my accent glaze on this card as well. I'm going to add some accent glaze to the letters and to the balloons. So first of all, I'm going to stick some of my little sequins down. I'll use my Cosmic Shimmer glue and put a few drops of that down on the card, and then I'll pick the lovely blue sequins and the iridescent creamy colored sequins, and I'll pop them on the card. Once I've that done, then I'll take my accent glaze or my glossy accents, whatever you have. I have accent glaze here. I'm going to go over the letters as well as some of the balloons. I'll fill in my sequins because I love the look that that gives, and then I'm going to go back to it here, and I'm going to add some over the bow tie, the little eyes and the nose. So there we go, we have our finished card, and isn't that such a cute little baby card? I think the colors are great for a little boy, but you know what, we're not gender specific on color here, so you could give it to anyone. I love the little blocks with the letters, our ephemera piece. It's a simple card, welcome little one, but I do think it is perfect. So if you have enjoyed our card make today, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing, and if not, you might click on the subscribe button. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll be notified when we post another card. This is card 4 in the series of 10. So we have more cards coming, and you'll want to be notified when they come. You can find links to all the products I've used, Lizzie's website, as well as my Facebook group, Lizzie's Facebook group, and the other designers who have designed cards using this kit down in the description below. So I'm going to leave it there, folks. Until next time, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.